What's up, everybody? And you know what? I don't do a lot of reviews for this show nowadays, but NXT. Now, yeah, I do review the pay per views and stuff, but not really none of the specials also lately. But this is special tonight, okay? NXT Spring Breakin, and man, I got a lot to say about this show, especially once we get to the main event. But there's a lot to say about NXT tonight, because one thing we did kick off right off the bat was the general managers, Ava Rain, Nick Aldis, who was video screen, and Adam Pearce, basically talking about the WWE draft coming up this Friday and Monday of who will be going to Raw, SmackDown, and maybe NXT, or maybe whoever gets picked from NXT to go to main roster. They will be replacing those who's leaving, as Ava Rain said. So it says it's going to be a special night, so get ready. Right immediately in the ring, we kick it off with a triple threat match for the NXT Women's Championship. Live Valkyrie, Roxanne Perez, Tatum Paxley. Big match to kick off the show, which I definitely enjoyed, especially the crowd got into it later on throughout the match. I would say Tatum Paxley really was doing great out there. I kind of figured who was going to win anyways. Going into this, I know Lyra wanted a rematch and everything. Tatum Paxley got more losses than wins, somehow got a title shot. I don't really remember now at this point, but now given it was a triple threat, this was still a great triple threat to see. I did like the finish going into this. What was it? Tatum got the sunset flip and everything. Then got Lyra with like the pump handle slam and ended up hitting a big 450, which the crowd was on fire for Tatum Paxley right there. So this was a way to break her out in this match. Roxanne ended up just like rolling like a jackknife pin for the win. So yeah, Roxy is still the NXT Women's Champion right now. I kind of figured that anyway. She was gonna still retain. I don't know if she'll get called up in the main roster, given that she's still the champion right now. I think they still want to get over her new heel persona. I know they've been doing that for a good minute now. Some would say she's damn near like AJ 2.0. When I mean AJ 2.0, I mean AJ Lee 2.0 for multiple account of reasons. But hey, it's one of CM Punk's illegitimate kids, I guess. But you can see somewhat of the similarities, but right now I think she'll be sticking around on NXT still. So, I would think she could get called up, but still is the champion right now. I don't think so. Like I said, they want to get the heel persona over, but this was a really hot way to kick off the show. And yeah, Roxy still retains the NXT Women's Championship. So good stuff right at the get go. Throughout the night, they had what was it, like what, Thea Hill and Fallon Henley and Kalani Jordan in the back. Jada Parker challenged Fallon Henley to a match later on. The Creed brothers were back. You're gonna be seeing a lot of NXT alumnus come back on this show tonight to watch this big main event to see who's gonna win again with Trick and Ilya. But basically Diamond Mine, the Creed brothers, and Ivy Nile were being interviewed, basically saying who's gonna win. They talked about NXT Battleground, which is going to be at the UFC Apex Center. Well, I guess so, given TKO, UFC, and WWE. So we got to start merging these things together nowadays. Don't know how that's going to work. It's not really that big of a building. I think it's only seats about 1,000 people. So we'll see how that goes. But you can tell TKO has their hands all over that. Right after that, the D'Angelo family went against the No Quarter Catch Crew. A good 6-man tag. It ended up with Tony D and them winning. Tony D ended up getting his finisher onto Dempsey out there for the win. Now won that Heritage Cup thing. I honestly did not understand what the story was going on about this last week, saying we took care of your boy, we got rid of your boy. Basically talking about Drew Gulak. Basically the reason why we don't even see Drew Gulak right now because of the whole drawstring thing with Rousey, which the story is confusing, which I think this is how I kind of look at it, because at one point she's saying he pulled the drawstrings, but all he did was like he was going to shake her hand and was sitting down. I guess he raised his hand up and accidentally hit the drawstrings. I don't know. It's a strange story. I don't blame Drew Gulak for going online to defend himself, but I do believe he kind of incriminated himself at the same time, because now it's kind of wonder, like, well, you did confirm the story, but who's actually telling the truth here? So I guess they took him off TV now because of that. Then again, at this point, Ronda Rousey's just complaining just to sell a book at this point. It's just moaning and bitching from her. So there's 1,000 ways to bury Ronda Rousey right now, as it's been, especially in the past few weeks. And that's another reason to even kind of just make Drew Gulak look kind of an idiot now, too. But at this point, Rousey is just bitching and moaning. But hey, she's just doing anything she can to sell that book at this point. So more bitching it is from her. But yeah, back to the match though. Tony, like I said, Tony D'Angelo, no, D'Angelo and them winning, so I think he'll be going for the Heritage Cup next. Baron Corbin was in the back talking about Braun Breaker being called up. Lexis King showed up then, basically saying, "Yeah, your partner's gone and stuff. You need to get me as a partner." And I guess they're gonna have a match later on tonight. Fallon Henley went against Jada Parker. I know she had the GTA dudes out there with her. Good match, solid. Not much to say. Sometimes it can get very distracting. I'm sure anybody would say because Jada Parker in general for multiple kind of reasons, but she basically ended up winning with a hip attack, basically using her ass as a weapon, which I'm sure there's a thousand things to say about that, but you get my point. But yeah, Jada Parker ended up getting the win, beating Fallon Henley from there. Right after that, they had the what else did they have? I already interviewed JD McDonough. He was gonna win tonight. Even Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate showed up asking, who they think was gonna win. We then went next to a contract signing as Ava was in the ring. There was no ring ropes around. Given this is gonna be an NXT Underground match next week. It's gonna be between Natalia and Lola Vice. Natalia and Carmen Petrovic came out there to basically sign the contract. Lola ended up coming out there to sign the contract in, which, she says, "Yo, yeah, I can shake my ass, but I can also kick your ass too," which once again, Lola Vice, man, can be very distracting sometimes for multiple kind of reasons that you gotta really pay attention to. But Natalia basically went on, said, "You think you're gonna break me? All I see is your ego, and I gotta put it in check right now. I respect what you've done in the cage, but now you're here where I'm at. I've survived the Hart family dungeon, so Lola can't respect the past or the present. Then you won't make it to the future." Fans chanting, "She's the boat." Then. Um, Natalia said, "I want you to bring everything next week because I'm going to tap your ass out." But Lola basically went on to say, like, "I've been training with someone that's going to make my hands even faster." Shayna Baszler ended up showing up being Lola Vice's trainer. Fans chanted, "Welcome back." Shayna got on the mic, says, "You know what? Your chances are slim to none now, okay? And right now, I was the most dangerous fighter in NXT and the baddest woman in WWE. So if I was you, I'd back out right now." I said, "This is your little trainer here. It ain't gonna help you." Petrovic ended up kicking Shayna to the ground. Then Natalia and Lola Vice brawled for a second before Natalia threw her out. So we're gonna see how this NXT Underground match goes. Good to see Shayna Baszler back in NXT because let's remember, Shayna Baszler was the shit in NXT at one point before she went to the main roster. They may probably could send her back just to kind of help out because she ain't really got much going on in the main roster. Even with the tag team with Zoe Stark, it's kind of whatever. We seen how those women tag matches on Raw, and nobody gives a crap. You think beating Ronda Rousey back at SummerSlam would have done something for Baszler, but it didn't really do that much. Okay, it really didn't. So, still kind of in the same position. But it was actually cool to see in NXT where everybody kind of gave a damn and whatnot. So it was cool to see from there. Ridge Holland was in the back. I don't know. Me interviewed and what Sean Spears showed up. I don't care. I don't care to see any of those two on my TV, so I'm gonna move on from that. Cross and them cut a promo. Once again, I don't really care for multiple kind of reasons with Cross. I kind of get why they sent them back to NXT. Basically, the whole Final Testament. I still feel like this is a desperate attempt to get him over, all of them over right now because one, it has done nothing for them on the main roster. Cross in general, especially this is the second time go around. Like I said, I gave this a chance, but after the whole feud with Drew, I was been kind of whatever on Cross at this point, and then I thought it was kind of confusing. They gave him a group when this dude's been losing almost every match in general, and that feud with Lashley really sucked. That I'm surprised he even got a match at WrestleMania. I don't even mind AOP, but I'd rather see AOP back with just Paul Ellering on their own and just let Cross do whatever. So I didn't really care. I just know they get a tag title shot next week, so there's a reason why they were sent back there. Action and Frazier were watching on in, as a lot of other teams didn't like how AOP and them just kind of got involved. The Good Brothers showed up saying, we're tired of our spots here. I thought they were going to be going for the tag titles. I don't know what happened with the Good Brothers, but I could have swore they were going to be getting the tag titles at one point. That's what it looked like they were going to, but didn't happen. And then Anope and Malik Blade said something, some window or mirror broken. I guess he's got bad luck now. So I don't know. Blair Davenport went against Sol Ruka in a beach brawl match. Sol Ruka, which honestly kind of fits the whole gimmick here, surfing and all that. I actually thought this wasn't bad. Yeah, it's a very kind of cartoony brawl here with a whole bunch of beach stuff like surfboards and picnic tables and little pools involved too. But I didn't mind it. I thought the table spot was pretty good. With like going for the what was like a Russian leg sweep through off the barricade onto the tables was good. And then when they kind of got back into the ring, which is funny, they kept saying it was a picnic table when it clearly wasn't. Um, Basically, Soul ended up hitting like her Soul Snatcher finisher, which looks really cool by the way. Somewhat kind of convoluted, but just kind of run off the ropes doing a damn front flip into like a cutter is still pretty raw to see. I know like it kind of looked difficult with Ruka lately, given she came back from injury. I think it was an ACL injury, but still moves good out there. It was a cool finish and not a bad not a bad match though. I will say that. Trick Williams was in the back. I guess he's on the phone with his mom, which they did mention later on. She was in the hospital, but they said she was getting better. So that's good to hear. Um, right after that, Johnny Gargano entered, and Trick talked about it's a lot of pressure on him tonight, and he got it all on the line because if he loses, he must leave NXT. Gargano says there's no diamonds without pressure, and listen, you've done it all. Like you took a lot of loss and a lot of pain, betrayal. You need to use that tonight. Don't look as a burden, but a weapon. Because listen, the NXT title changed Gargano's life too, and he gave every ounce to it. But he says, like, tonight you got to slay the Mad Dragon and whoop that Trick. So, good promo from Gargano. I actually like what he did here and what he's doing on the main roster with Ciampa being a damn DX tribute group at this point. Because, I'm sorry, the whole DIY thing is just still, it's still not good on the main roster. Because this was better than what I've seen Gargano do than what I've seen on the main roster. Like, even I'm like, the last time he was in NXT, that was better than he was doing on the main roster. Because DIY right now, like I said, the music still sucks for them, and they just come off as a wannabe DX. Baron Corbin went against Lexis King. I don't really have much to say about this. Like I watched it, it was okay. I know Lexis King ended up botching. I forgot what it was like the finish or something he botched out there. But Corbin of getting not Corbin, Lexis King still got the win. I will say it is still kind of weird seeing Corbin get cheers out there too. I don't know where Corbin is gonna go on after this. Given the man has had so many gimmick changes, this has actually been working for him. I still don't get the burning ships thing, but the tag team with Braun was actually really good. I probably thought they would have kept him as a team and put him on the main roster, but I don't know where Corbin goes on after this. I don't know, but we'll see. They had video packages for both Ilya and Trick for their title match. Ilya was about to give his final thoughts before the match, saying, he has it all on the line tonight to prove that he is the unbest cigar. Next thing you know, Damian Priest just happened to show up then, wishing him luck then before walking off, and then talking to the one interviewer and said, hey, how you doing? So I don't know if he was trying to get some in that, but still. Trick would basically say, it's all to go home. It's game 7 tonight, so he fears no man. He's gonna whoop that Trick. Definitely a hell of a match with Ilya and Trick Williams. Yeah, it probably was like 11 minutes out there, but when you know the whole story, everything that's going on in this whole feud, it's crazy. But like I said, this was gonna be Trick's final shot right here. One thing I like that they did like they kind of adapt each other when the match was started. Dragging out doing that hug thing he does, like almost like a kiss of death damn near. But this was a really good match. Fans doing just as awesome. Ilya hitting the coast to coast. Trick doing a rock bottom through the announce table, which the crowd went nuts for. Then getting him back in the ring. Ilya went for his H bomb off the top rope, but Trick ended up kicking out then. Right after that, and he was gonna probably go for hit another one, but still it did not work. Trick still kicked out. Ilya ended up hitting with a suplex then. Trick had got him with his trick shot knee to the back of his head. It still did not work. And one thing I thought was kind of funny going into the finish of this match was damn near like what I saw on Sunday with Ospreay and Danielson when they were going for like the damn running knee and the hidden blade right there. Except it ended with Trick going for the knee shot and Trick going for the knee shot and Ilya going for his torpedo Moscow, which basically Trick struck first with his trick shot knee, and he won the NXT title. Crowd went nuts. Fans chanting "whoop that Trick" to celebrate. Ilya ended up, he had the title belt, but he handed it to him and gave him a big hug then before leaving, which I believe Ilya is going to be going to the main roster now after this. So I believe he will be in the draft. I don't know what show Ilya will go to. Think he may go to SmackDown for all I know. I'm not sure. But, the whole story, I think that's what really helped make this match even bigger. Yeah, Trick is still green, but I think this is probably, honestly, I thought this was a better match than what I've seen out of the matches with Melo he's had in the past couple weeks. The one at Stand and Deliver and the cage match last week. I didn't hate those matches, but it's like it was good, but it's like he was still expecting something real big to happen, because I still think the match at Stand and Deliver kind of ended abruptly. It's like, oh, he won. I'm like, oh, that's it. I'm like, oh, okay, it was a little bit overbooking, but there you go. But still, just you look at the story with Trick all the way now to being an NXT champion now, especially from what being the hype man and stuff with Melo, and then wanting to get his rise in, and getting knocked down and getting betrayed, even losing to Ilya a few times, which he learned from those L's and stuff until finally he could rise up, beat Melo, and now beat Trick, not beat Melo and beat Trick, beat Melo, beat Ilya, and now become the new NXT champion. So whoop that Trick. Okay. Great stuff. Great way to end off the show. I definitely enjoyed it, especially this is a 2 week thing for spring breaking. This is obviously the stronger card tonight. Okay, given it was the NXT title match itself. The triple threat women's title match was actually really good too. I actually like the contract signing with Lola Vice and Natalia. I did like former NXT alumnus just showing up, even in the crowd, just to watch this match. Yeah, it was a lot of good stuff on this show. Okay, it wasn't bad at all. I definitely enjoyed it, but I think the best things out of the night was obviously the main event, and I thought the triple threat match was great also. But yeah, Trick Williams is now the new NXT champion. Whoop that Trick. So great way to end off the show. It's so funny now. Now you can kind of say it's going to be a new era of a champion in NXT, because I feel like they've overdone the whole new era thing at this point, which once again, I've said before, I get why they got to say it a lot, but after a while, it just becomes very egregious and annoying that even I have to kind of like skip through when they say new era all the time. I'm like, all right, dude, we get it. We know why and stuff, but even I kind of still look at it sometimes. Same show, different day with different production. Costs nowadays, but not saying it's not bad though, but we don't need to beat you over the head and stick when it comes to a new era all the time. But like I said, good way to end off the show. Trick Williams. So yeah, great main event. Definitely enjoyed it. So hey, one thing I saw online tonight before I get out of here, like I said, hey, we crowned 2 black champions this week. So at the top of the game right now, so good stuff. But yeah, we done from here. Comment, subscribe, like this video, hit that notification bell. Tell me what y'all think about NXT Spring Break-In tonight. So yeah, I'm out of here. I'll see y'all then. Peace out.